show, and let's get started. So today we want to talk about, let's see, a bunch of fun stuff. First, I know what you guys want to see, babies, except Rue's in the way. Rue, move out of the way. Well, that ain't gonna happen. All right, we'll switch back to her in a minute. Okay, so let's go forward. Tips to determine your adult weight. So keep in mind that the Alaskan Klee Kai, there's 3 sizes, right? There's toy, miniature, and standard. And our variations are not based on the weight of the dog. It's actually by the height. So we like to make it even more confusing because there's no general rule of what a toy weighs, what a mini weighs, what a standard weighs. But we have a pretty good idea based on our experience. We don't always get it right though. So we're going to talk about how you guys can determine what size we think they're going to be, what my tips are, what I kind of gauge, and then also just generally what the general breeders use. So not necessarily for Klee Kai, but just in general, here are like the formulas, I guess you would say. And so we're going to go over some of that. It doesn't always work for our breed, which is kind of odd, but it just doesn't, because our dogs are usually a little skinnier, a little longer legged, so they're taller, but they don't weigh as much as like a Pomsky or an American Eskimo, because those breeds are heavier. So when you look at all of these calculations, and if you guys have done any research on the internet, you'll see tons of puppy chart, I guess, what do they call it? Puppy chart, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Well, it is a chart that you plug in all of the information, and then it tells you what your dog's weight's supposed to be. But we're going to go over that here shortly, because I'm going to show you my screen and we're going to go over a couple. What I did find is that Pomeranian and Husky, which is called a Pomsky, will fit our breed sometimes more than the Alaskan Klee Kai. Amazing, but it's reality. So let's see. First things first. This is probably obvious. Like everyone thinks, oh, you look at the parent dogs, right? And so if both parent dogs are a standard, then, oh, the puppy should be a standard. Not necessarily the case with the Alaskan Klee Kai. So standards can produce toys, toys can produce standards. And so you guys can say, oh, what size are the parents? You think you're gonna know what size these puppies are, and it's never accurate. So for example, if you guys already have a puppy from us on our Facebook group that we just recently asked a couple of questions on, one of them was, what is your dog's weight now? Like what were they at 8 weeks old and what's their weight now? And it's funny to see that some of these puppies were from standards, but yet they left here at 8 weeks old at around 2 pounds. And so of course they're toys, with both parents being a standard. And the vice versa can happen. So 2 toys can produce a standard. Crazy. So just looking at the parents and the ancestry doesn't always work for us. However, like I have a pretty good idea of like which dogs will throw more smaller size or which dogs will throw more larger size. But I don't always breed the same dogs together. So if I mix it up, then guess what? All of that goes out the window, and here I am starting all over again. So generally speaking, you can look at the parent dogs and the pedigree and see what's going back, but it doesn't always work for us. Second is, now this is going to be formula stuff, so take some notes. At least I put it all on here for you guys, so you can always pause it later or even screenshot it, so that you can try to figure out, if you already have a Klee Kai, if this is anywhere close to being accurate. Maybe, maybe not. So if you guys think you have a toy, if your breeder told you that it's going to be a toy, or if you're hoping that you have a toy size, then the best thing, honey, make sure you tell me if there's any super chats.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh, somebody's already getting a timeout. Good job, Catherine. So if you think you're getting a toy, you want to go off of 6 to 8 weeks. Now, generally speaking, when you go out there and do research on this, everyone says 6 weeks, but they're not specific to Alaskan Klee Kai. They're just saying toy breeds. So Chihuahuas or small Pomeranians, small dogs, they say go at 6 weeks. I think that it's more accurate at 8 weeks for us, but I could be wrong. I'm just going off of what I have found. So between 6 to 8 weeks, you need to know that weight. And what you're going to do is you're going to take that weight, you're going to double it. Okay, so if, for example, I use the example here, 2.5 pounds. If they're 2.5 pounds between 6 and 8 weeks, personally, I would say 8 weeks because my toys are usually always under 3 pounds, usually around 2.5 pounds. So if they're 2.5 pounds times 2, that gives you 5. And then you're going to times it again. So 5 times 2 is 10. So that's going to give you an estimated weight of around 10 pounds when they're full grown. So this has nothing to do with height, but for weight, okay? Most of our toys are going to be around that, maybe 11, maybe 9, maybe 8, but somewhere in that general range. So this is going to give you a really good idea. This will not work for miniatures or standards because they grow at different rates. So if a toy is growing at a smaller rate, they're born 5 or 6 ounces, they're always going to stay smaller. Standards and miniatures, you have to use a totally different formula. Okay, so now we're going to jump onto that. So whenever you predict a small to a medium dog, and a small to a medium dog is anywhere from like 15 pounds to 25, 30 pounds. So there's a big variation. So that's why I classify it as a mini and a standard. So that you have to take at 14 weeks. Now you'll read different things on the internet. Some will say 16 weeks, some will say 12 weeks. I'm going right in the middle at 14 weeks. So your dog's weight at 14 weeks, you're going to times that by 2.5. So for example, River was 7 pounds at 14 weeks. So if I times that by 2.5, that gives me 17.5 pounds. And that actually sounds probably very, very accurate. I guess we'll see in another 6-7 months, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty close to accurate. So you want to go off of 14 weeks. If I were to go off of 16 weeks, for example, he's 8 pounds now. If I were to go off of that and I times it by, I should have done that already. So let's see, if he was 8 pounds now and we did it by 2 times 5, right? That's 20 pounds. So do you see how it changes just by a couple of weeks? I don't think he's going to hit 20 pounds. I think he's going to be close to that. I would say maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but somewhere right around there is my guess. So you have to try to figure out what is best. And trust me, I've done so much research and trying to figure out all of these calculations because ideally what I'd like to have on our website is an actual chart that you can plug in and see what it will determine. So for example, I'm going to show you guys something. All right, I'm going to share my screen for a second, and I'm going to tell you guys this website. Okay, puppyweightcalculator.com. That is the website that I'm going to show you right now. It's really cool because they already have Alaskan Klee Kai, and they have Pomsky, and they have American Eskimo. And I was using, well, hi, Rue. I was using those 3. Come here. Rue wants to say hi. Come here. Look, they want to see you. Look, you got to look up there. You got to look up there. Say hi. Say hi. She jumped out of the pen with the babies because she says, I'm done feeding them. I don't want to be with them anymore. All right, down you go. You want to put her over there, babe? She can go in there, but her bone's with the puppies. Sorry, distractions. All right, so let's see. So this is the website you want to use. There's a bunch of them out there, by the way. This one seems to be the most accurate, but not always. Okay, so when you go on here, I already have it set to Alaskan Klee Kai, and let's just play with it. And this is what I was doing for days now. I've been playing with this to see what makes sense, what's working, what doesn't work. So if we were to say our current weight is 8 pounds, and River is 16 weeks, and it says, is this an accurate or an estimate? It's accurate, and I have to tell them I agree, and I hit calculate. And now it says my Alaskan Klee Kai will weigh 16 pounds. And if you scroll down, it'll tell you right here, based on your input of 8 pounds at 16 weeks, we estimate that your Alaskan Klee Kai will weigh around 16 pounds when it reaches full adult, which is between, and this is interesting, I don't know where these people are getting this information, but it's between 36 and 46 weeks, which is 9.5 to 11.5 months, if I'm right. So somewhere around there. Which, okay, we're 1.5 pounds off of what the other calculation is, right? So now if I just go back and let's just say I want to look at 7 pounds and he was 14 weeks. Let's just see what it does. Look at this. Totally different than the other calculation I gave you. Right now it's saying he's going to be even less, 15 pounds. So I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work for our breed because I don't think that's accurate. So now let's go to a Pomsky. And let's see what, where is it? Pomsky. And let's go off of his 7 pounds. And he was 14 weeks. Let's see. What does it tell us? 18 pounds. Boom. I just told you I think he's going to be around 17.5 pounds. That was the formula I gave you guys a minute ago. So this is why I was like, huh, interesting. So I'm thinking that a Pomsky is a little more accurate on this size. Now, not necessarily on a toy size, but on a mini and a standard, I feel like the Pomsky's going to be a little more accurate. And so it says here that based on this blah, 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 that they're not estimating the adult weight until they're between 52 to 58 weeks. Very interesting. Again, I don't know where they're getting this information and how they're coming up with the formula, but this is the website that you want to play with, okay? And so I did this with the Pomskys. I did it with the American Eskimo, and I got the same thing. When I did American Eskimo and the Pomsky, I got the same thing. The Alaskan Klee Kai got less. Interesting. But let's just do one more real quick. Let's do a toy. So if we have a toy that is 2.5 pounds at 8 weeks, what do we get? It says 7 pounds. So I think that's a little low. Once again, I think it's too low and not going to be accurate. But if I were to go around here and change this real fast to a Pomsky and 2.5 and 8 weeks, let's see what it comes up with. 9 pounds, more accurate. I think way more accurate. So again, I didn't create this calculator, but if I were you, I'd go off of a Pomsky for now until I can figure out how to make one and get it on the website. That's the goal. All right, so that's that website. Let's see if Rue's babies are awake. And we can get rid of that. There they are. All right, I'm gonna take a few of your guys' questions real fast before I keep going here. Let's see. Now you guys have to bear with me because remember Alexis is no longer here anymore. She's working. All right, do we have any idea if we'll have new puppies? Unfortunately, we have a pretty long waiting list and our waiting list is full, so we do not have puppies that will be available, unfortunately. Is River a standard? So River is going to be probably a large mini to a small standard is my guess. Probably, I think he's probably going to stay mini, but he might hit a small standard. Let's see. Oh my goodness, you guys. Yes, Nala is pregnant. And I did an ultrasound. Again, I put it on Instagram, but it was really just a quick, super cute one. She was looking at herself in the, she was looking at her baby on the ultrasound machine. So yeah, 1 or 2, I think 2, but it's hard to tell. But she's definitely pregnant. All right, let's see if we have anything else. Okay. So if Astro's 9.2 pounds at 15 weeks, then he'll be mini or standard. So remember that the weight doesn't necessarily tell you if they're mini or standard because that's going off of the height. But generally speaking, this is going to give you a pretty good idea because if you know that your puppy is going to weigh 20 pounds, they're probably a standard. This will help gauge it at least. It's not rocket science. I mean, it's not a guarantee. It is just literally us estimating based on whatever formulas they're putting in there. And so the best thing for you to do is try to keep track of his height. Because, thank you, Stacy. If right now he's only at like 11 inches, then that's going to help you in the next month. See how tall he is. See how tall each month and keep track of it. And that's going to help you get a better understanding. All right. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Look at this. So I got to switch this over real fast. All right. Thank you, honey. What is your question? How do miniatures typically weigh? Or what do temperatures? Okay, so miniatures, oh my gosh. I did a video on this and I forget what it was exactly, but I want to say most of our minis weigh anywhere from like 14 to 16, 17 pounds. And so that really just depends. Like Nala's barely a mini though. So she's 11 pounds and she's still considered a mini. But most on average, I believe my minis weigh 14, 15, 16 pounds, sometimes a little more. It just depends on how fat they get, how much exercise they get, what their thickness and bone is. If you're talking about for Apache, yeah, he's pretty fine boned, so I don't think he'll be very heavy. Diamond and Rue are both standards in there. I'm trying to think of who's in there right now. That's Kira is 12 pounds right now. She heard her name. But she's still not done growing. She's only 6 months old. All right. Let's see. I want to keep going here and then I'll come back to some more questions. We're going to get to that, Tanya. I'm working on it. All right. Let's see. Let me go back. Okay, so now we know what we should be looking at for the estimate on the weight. Next, what we want to talk about is things that are going to potentially cause your puppy to not grow at the right rate. So, for example, if you, I'm going to switch this over. If you guys spay or neuter your puppy too soon before their growth plate's closed, that actually can affect how much your puppy grows. And you would think it'd be the complete opposite. You would think that it would stunt their growth to where they wouldn't grow as much, but the opposite actually happens. So if you spay or neuter before their growth plates close, what's going to happen is the dog is most likely going to weigh more than what they would normally weigh. So, for example, if siblings, one got spayed early, which is like 4, 5, 6 months before their growth plates closed, and the other one waited until 9, 10, 11 months, you're going to see a huge difference in the weight because, I'm going to explain to you. Whenever you spay or neuter early, what's going to happen is the chemicals are exposed, and for some reason it tells their body, like it's weird hormones or something, it tells their body to not to stop growing. So their growth plates like don't stop growing, which is weird. I would think it would be the opposite, but they don't close as soon. So then they grow more. And so you'll read a lot about spay and neuter early and the possible consequences of doing such things. And so a lot of research has been done lately that says, wait, don't spay or neuter too early, because if you do, it is going to affect your dog's size and their hormones. Again, I don't understand it. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just telling you what they're saying the science is. So another reason that the dogs can stunt their growth is depending on their nutrition. So if their dogs are picky eaters and they're not eating well and they decide they're just going to be picky, maybe Nala, I don't know, because she's really small. She's a slow eater. She eats, but she's just a slow eater. That can stunt their growth and they're not going to grow as much. So there's other things too. For example, in general, dogs in general, usually males are bigger than females. In our breed, I'm not going to agree with that because we see toy size males and we see standard size females and vice versa. So I don't think that the gender matters for our breed. I could be totally wrong, but I'm just telling you my opinion. So I don't calculate it based on gender, but if you spay or neuter too early, and depending on their nutrition, it definitely could affect the growth of your puppy and what they're potentially supposed to be. We got puppies. I got to show you guys because
they're active.
There. Let's see who he is. He's too low. Come on, buddy. Hold on. I'm going to try to fix that so you guys can see him. Maybe. Oh, no, I can't. I cut it off. Dang it. Bummer. Well, I was trying to go zoom, but I can't. My camera's too low. All right, well, he's done anyways. For those of you wanting to know, that's Whiskey. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. All right, so with regards to when do puppies stop growing? To Tanya's question. So the specific time that it's going to take for your puppy depends on the breed. Okay, so that's number one, depends on the breed. So smaller dogs, toys, miniatures, Klee Kai, right? They usually are done growing between 10 and 12 months. And when I say done growing, I'm talking like their height. So they're still going to mature. They're still going to fill out, especially when you spay or neuter. A lot of times they'll gain a little more weight. So they aren't full, I shouldn't say it like that. They really aren't at their adult weight until they're probably 18 to 24 months. However, most Alaskan Klee Kai are done with their height between 10 and 12 months, and then they'll fill out. So you'll see, like a lot of times you'll see, if you guys remember back when, even Kira now, she's still going to fill out a lot more. But when Simba was 8, 9, 10 months, he was pretty much done with his height, but he was still skinny, scrawny, that teenage phase where they just look awkward. But now he's filled out to 21 pounds and looks gorgeous, but they just go through those awkward stages. But his height was done. So if you're talking a miniature or a standard or maybe even an oversize, it could be 12 to 15 months, just depending on each dog. And again, this is like, there's really nothing set in stone. So you can say anywhere from 9 to 10 months, anywhere to 15, 16 months, but generally speaking, around a year for sure. They're pretty close to their height, and then they're going to fill out. All right. We got our Amazon box today, thanks to you guys and all of your stuff that you give us on our super chat and super stickers. So the dogs are super happy right now. But Nala, do you see that? She pulled that bone out of there. You see that, honey?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Rue did too. Oh, they're bad. All right. I'm going to take a break for a second and tell you guys, I forgot about this. I made no-show socks. Aren't those cool? All right, so these are new. I just put them on the website. We're going to give a pair away to somebody. We're also going to give away another calendar. So last week we mailed out calendar and a pair of socks. This week we have no-show socks and a calendar. I know a lot of you guys already bought calendars. So if you don't have a calendar and you would like one, please put it in the comments for me. so we can figure out who's going to get the calendar. So we're going to do that first. So let me know, and then we'll do the socks here in a little bit. All right, moving on. Moving on. I'm going to go to your guys' questions. Okay. Is there a standard weight for the height? For example, if the height is X, healthy XX more, nope. So the problem is that our bone structure, the thickness of each Klee Kai is very different. So we have some very fine-boned, petite Klee Kai, and then we have some very thick, healthy, hardy Klee Kai. And so it is very difficult for us to say at this, they're that. But if you go back and watch one of the videos I made on the sizes, I actually went through my entire program and I gave you guys averages. So that'll help a lot. I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe Catherine can plug that into the comments and you guys can take a look at that. But that's just averages within our program or that we know of from our puppies. So, so is Kira tracking to be a mini or a standard? She'll be a standard. Yeah, she'll be a standard. And so both of her parents are standards. Remember, this was a litter of 6. And so she was a little over, I think she was almost 4 pounds. I think, yeah, pretty close to almost 4 pounds whenever she was 8 weeks old. Both of her parents being standards, she's going to be a standard. However, Siggy has thrown toy-sized puppies. And she has a couple, actually, from her first litter. And so, yeah, you just never know. Craziness. Okay, so when do the growth plates close? Usually around 6 months, give or take. I would talk to your vet to know for sure what they say. Thank you, Liz. But around 6 months. So I would definitely not spay too soon. I wouldn't spay before that or neuter. If you guys have a female and you're trying to avoid the in-season mess and you're trying to spay before that, most Klee Kai don't come into season at 6 months for their first time. It's usually more like 8 or 9 months. But of course, the one time you want to wait, they'll probably come in earlier. But generally speaking, most Klee Kai for their first time will go into season between 8 and 9 months. So if you can do it after their growth plates closed, 7, 8 months, then you'll be better off. And if you have a toy, I would wait even a little bit longer because you really just don't want to put them through that traumatic surgery when they're still trying to grow. Rue. She's got that bone in her mouth. I had to watch her to make sure she doesn't choke on it. Did Liz has another? Oh. Wait, where is that? So I could plug it on here. Okay, guys. Liz is saying Astro's in first place for America's favorite pet. So there's an hour and a half left to vote so that he can make the top 15. So hopefully you put the link in there. Oh, she did. Okay, so Catherine put the link in there. If you guys haven't already, do me a favor. Do Liz a favor. Go vote for little Astro. Oh, thank you, Catherine. So if Catherine remembers correctly, average for the toys was 12.5 pounds, mini 16, standards 19. That sounds about right. Toys can be a little smaller, can be a little heavier. It just depends, again, on the amount of exercise. It depends on their diet. It depends on their bones, when they were spay or neutered, all of that stuff. Let me go back up to my question. Do we have a winner?
Not yet.
All right.
Couple more minutes.
And then we're going to pick your guys' the winner for the calendar. All right. I would talk to your vet, Emily, just to confirm that her growth plates should be closed. And as long as her growth plates are closed, you'll be fine. How small is she? I don't know how small she is, but usually as long as they're closed around 6 months, you should be okay. Just don't do it too soon. What's the best age to spay or neuter? So we kind of talked on that. Again, I would say go off of what your vet recommends. Do your guys' research. Everybody is different. Everyone has their own opinions on this. And so I try not to get too into that just because, for one, I don't have to spay or neuter my young pup. So it doesn't really, I haven't had to do the research, I guess, because it doesn't really affect me. And I would prefer that you just talk to your vets. Okay, so Natasha, we kind of talked on that too. So usually, generally speaking, with dogs, they come into season every 6 months, and that's usually their first one is at 6 months. However, smaller dogs don't always follow that. And the Alaskan Klee Kai is definitely one of them who usually their first heat, they don't come into season for several months, so 7, 8, 9 months. And then usually it's every 6 months after that. However, not every dog is the same. Again, Klee Kais, we're not normal like on anything. We just like to make our owners go crazy. A lot of people asking that. When do their eyes stop changing? So, Lauren, whenever you ask that question, normally when we offer our puppies at 4 weeks old, we know eye colors. So the only way they're going to change is if they have a party eye. Remove your butt. Or if they have a party eye, or if they have green and you can't tell that it's green because it looks blue. So the green is kind of hard to tell for sure. But generally speaking, we know at 4 weeks, but the blue does start really bright blue. And then when they're older, it's going to be a lot lighter. So it'll change in the deepness of the color, but it won't go from blue to brown or brown to blue unless your breeder has said there's party eyes in there. And then that could change for months. In fact, some party eyes will actually have a party eye, and then sometimes, depending on the light, it looks like it's blue, or you can't see really the brown, or you could see all the brown, and then the next day it looks totally different. So they can trick you a lot, but otherwise, no. You got all these people right. Who's wanting calendars? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking at your questions here. I'm going to put Sierra on. Oh, let's see what Tamara says. Okay, she said, when I put Sierra in as an AKK on the puppy calculator website, it said she would be 9 pounds. But as a Pomsky, it said she'd be 12 pounds. But your calculation, she'll be 13. Yeah, so see how difficult it is to even calculate this? I don't think that there is one set way. There just isn't. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. One of our puppy owners, they have 2 of our dogs. One of their dogs is 19 inches tall, okay, and 31 pounds. 31 pounds. He left here at 4 pounds 6 ounces. 4 pounds 6 ounces is a normal puppy. What happened? I tease her and I ask her, what does she have in her water? Because where did that come from? He just skyrocketed. He's ginormous. And I would have never guessed that a 4.6 pound, 8-week-old puppy, plug him into the thing, he should never have been 31 pounds or 19 inches tall. So there's always that one that's going to throw you for a loop and not be accurate. No, Ruth. I think she wants out, honey. So you just never know. And then there's that one that you think is going to be big, and then they stop growing. So it's really hard to know for sure. All I can do is share what we estimate. So now I want to talk about what I do when I look at my puppies at 4 weeks old. So a lot of you guys already know. At 4 weeks old, we offer our puppies to the waiting list. And I base a lot of it on the size of their paw, the size of their head, their ears, and their weight. So generally speaking, Our puppies are born from 6 or 7 ounces if they're tiny, to 14 ounces. So it's a huge gap. When you think about a 6-ounce puppy and a 14-ounce puppy, it's more than double the size. Our average is right around 9 to 10 ounces. So most of our Klee Kai weigh 9 to 10 ounces when they are, got a gnat in here, when they're born. And the first week, so within the first 7 days, they should double their weight. After that, they're gonna gain anywhere from, like out for me. After that, they're gonna gain about 4 to 6 ounces at a time. She's bad. And so then if you start calculating it that way, you'll be able to say, oh, okay, you can tell as a breeder. You guys probably don't care about all this. But at 4 weeks old, if I see a puppy at 4 weeks old that's under 2 pounds, they're pretty small. Most of our 4-week-old puppies are around 3 pounds, give or take. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little bit more. But that gives me a really good idea. When our puppies go home at 8 weeks old, if they are 3 pounds or less, that is they're gonna be small. They're gonna be small. I can also tell because of the shape of their head. And we'll compare some puppies here in a minute because we have some puppies over here that we can kind of look at and see, like, what does it look like? How are they comparing to each other? But there's just a lot that I look at, and also the parents. For sure I look at the parents, right? But I also know what maybe this dog's gonna throw, what this dog's gonna throw, and there are the ones where I put them together for the first time and I have no idea. Another thing that could play into this is how many puppies are in the litter. So sometimes whenever there's a big litter, the puppies are obviously fighting for those nutrients and they don't grow as much. And then sometimes, like Kira, there's a litter of 6 and yet they did just fine. So there's just so much that goes into it. Who is that? Bad dogs, bad dogs. Let me see if you guys have more questions. All right. You got a calendar winner now? I mean, calendar, right? Mike Lawrence. Mike Lawrence, are you on here? If you are on here, you just want a calendar, I'm going to put my email up here. You need to email me so that I have your information. And so email me right there at that email address with your mailing address, and we'll get this calendar out to you. Look at the back. The dogs are looking at. For those of you that don't know, there is no Alaskan Klee Kai calendar. This is a 12 by 12 calendar that we had made, and this is Kika on the front, our very first Klee Kai. And these are either our pictures that we've taken or our puppy owners. And so you got to get one before the year's half over. All right, I'm going to shut this email off. Okay, is he here? Oh yeah, he is. Okay, cool. All right, so in a few minutes we'll talk about the socks. The socks. So let's see. Will we see the 2-week-old black and white boys tonight? Yes, we will. We're going to pull them out here in just a few minutes so you'll be able to see them. And yes, they have names. We named them last week. Wasn't it last week?
Yeah,
I think it was. Oh yeah, Catherine did. Benz and Bentley. Yes, we named them. And yes, I'm going to pull them out. And we're also going to see Angel's puppies. And, hi, Diamond. All right, let's see. Any chance your current ginormous black puppies might be mayonnaise? No. So this is perfect. You wanna get them for me while I'm talking?
Yeah.
So this will be perfect to show you guys ginormous puppies. Remember what a minute ago I just talked to you about what our average weight is on a newborn puppy? Cessna's puppies were 15 and an eighth and 15 and a half, something like that, ounces at birth. At birth. They were a pound, like a half an ounce away from a pound. That is the biggest we've ever seen. Even Stone did not weigh that much at birth. So I don't know what's in my water, but they are big. And parents are not big. I mean, Ringo's definitely a little bigger, but he's not that big. This is the first time I bred these two together. And so, yeah, I'm going to switch over so you guys can see on the big screen without. Oh, do you see the baby? Diamond, do you see the puppy? All right, she's looking. Oh, we got those babies. Hi, Mama. Hi. All right. So they are almost identical. Let me show you together real fast. Maybe if I can keep them together. So look at, he's got his eyes open. Do you see that? Just barely opened them. Do you see those blue eyes? He's like, that's bright. What are you doing to me? And then his brother, his brother doesn't have them all the way open. See him barely cracking open? He's like, But he has his all the way open.
Super chat.
Look at that super chat. Thank you, Garrett. Hi, Katie. All right, so look at how ginormous. Can you get me one of Angel's?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you guys something. So these guys are barely two. They're right here. It doesn't matter, whichever one. They are 5 days apart. God, I can't remember. 5 days older than these guys. I'm going to show you comparison because that'll help you guys see the difference. So these are 5 days younger than Angel's puppies. And man, you're so tired. You're so tired. I'm going to put them up close again. But going back to your question, they're big. They're going to be standards. They're thick. I'll give you him. Mm-hmm. Okay. Look at this. Okay. He is, I believe, she. She is, yeah, she's a girl. I'm trying to let it focus. You got to quit moving, Missy. 5 days older. She is a squirmer.
It's like her mama.
Okay. Look at the gray is 5 days older. Do you see the difference in the heads? I mean, it's pitiful. You'll smash her. Let's see if we can see this way. There, that's perfect. Do you see that? This is insane. 5 days older than him. All right. You can put her back. We'll get her in a minute. So I'll show you guys these one more time and then we'll put them back. If this thing will focus. No. Why does my camera do this to me all the time? There. So you can tell he's bigger. He was born bigger, like a half an ounce bigger, but they're ginormous. They weigh, they're over 2 pounds, by the way. All right, and then you could get me Angels. Yeah, over 2 pounds. Let's see if you guys have questions before so yeah, those two will be standards, Carolyn. Is Kira No. No, that's not Kira. That was, oh gosh. Who was that? It was one of the puppies from Man, I don't remember, Catherine, but it's not Kira. All right. My husband's going to get me Angel's puppies for you guys. So thank you. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate it. Yeah, they're big, huh, Heather? They're ginormous. It's crazy. I don't know why I have such big puppies all of a sudden. Let's see if you guys have any more questions. Okay. Aren't Benz and Bentley the perfect names for them? Yes. Yes, I think so. Big size difference. All right. He's going to get them for me right now, and you guys can see. So hey, look at Spencer's thing, honey. So Spencer is ordering a bunch of stuff off of our website, and he's an Angels fan. My husband's a huge Angels fan, and he was asking about Angels stuff. So that was pretty cool to see.
No, he can't see.
Huh?
I was showing the tap.
Oh. Okay. So I'm gonna turn this up one. Put that one back so she could, and then get a different one. That one probably has to go potty. The light's kind of bright, so we'll see if they'll stay looking. So this is a girl. This is the darker girl. Do you see how blue her eyes are? So when we talk on eye color, a lot of times if I can't tell at this age, a lot of times they're going to end up being party or brown or green. But when they're that blue at an early age, you could tell right away how blue they are. I'll take her too. And then this is the other girl that's gray. So that way you guys can see the difference, okay? I don't know why it doesn't want to focus whenever I have two. Why? Why does it do that, honey? I don't know why this camera's doing that. Sorry, I have to do that to see if it'll focus. It's not focusing. What did I do? I use this camera for my pictures.
There you go.
No, it's not focused. It's focused on my shirt.
Go closer.
But when I go close, it doesn't work. Oh my gosh. Something's wrong, guys. All right, fine. Let me turn the light down. Sorry, I'm taking too long here. All right, here, hold this. I got to see what's wrong. Hold the puppy, please. Hold it right there. Oh, now it wants to focus. Really?
Maybe it's the shirt.
It is the shirt. Now it focuses. It doesn't like me. Okay, that's the boy. This is the boy. This is the other girl. But I need the light brighter. So again, you can see how blue. Turn him. Yeah. See how blue his eyes are? Her eyes are? Okay, cool. See if it'll do it now. Oh my God. All right, hold him up there.
Because your shirt's dark.
I don't know, maybe, huh? No, come from an angle. Come from an angle. I don't know. My camera's being weird. Could go in that big screen. Big camera.
Yeah.
But all right, let's see what it does with the white one. Can you move out of the way? And then the white girl. Remember the white girl? Oh my God. There. I'm taking a long time on these. Normally, I don't have to do this. There. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? All right, so all 4 of these puppies are pretty blue-eyed. See how blue? All right, we'll give you back. We'll give you back. Yeah, my gosh. That took forever. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, the puppies have names already. The A litter is those 4 that we just showed you. And then B is the 2 black and whites. Let's see. So if you calculate the weight using the 14-week formula, 8.8 times 2.5, which is 22 pounds, and the puppy is 7 months and currently 21 pounds, will he keep growing and the formula be wrong? Are we talking, what kind of breed are we talking? So Yvonne, if you're talking about an Alaskan Klee Kai, this is a pretty big puppy, so I would say it's off. But remember that this formula is not for every breed. So every breed grows at different rates, and so it's not going to calculate correctly. If it's a Klee Kai, that's pretty big. We don't have many white ones, Natasha. It's like 5, 6 a year, if that. Yeah, not many. That's intentional, though. Everybody likes the white ones, too. It's funny. All right. Okay, so let's see. You guys want to see Nala's belly? I bet you do. So she's about 5 weeks along. I'm going to go in there and show you guys her belly real fast because I know you want to see her. Babe, I'm just going to go show them Nala's belly.
Okay.
Really fast. Hi, River Boy. Hi, Mamas. Hi, Mamas. Come here. Nolly. Come here, Nolly. Thank you for the kisses. Thank you. Let's see. Look at her belly. Wait, let me see, River. They don't want to see you. Come here, goofball. Look at her belly. So, of course, a little over 5 weeks along. But normally, let's see. Normally, if she would put her tail down, she's not going to. So, River, you're so jealous. I want to show them their body. Goofball, stop. So normally, River, stop, goof. Oh my gosh. Normally she doesn't have this thick of a waist. So it's usually really thin right here. This would be her loin. And she's got a pretty nice waist, but not anymore because she got at least one in there. I hope there's 2. I saw what I think is 2.
I think River's jealous.
He's so jealous. Can you tell? My gosh. And Nala's so needy right now. She's going to be a good mommy, huh? You're going to be a good mommy? Yeah. All right. Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm done with you guys. It's kind of nice not being in here. I don't have to deal with you. My River Boy. All right, fine. Come on. Dang it. There went my head. Okay. Now you guys got to see Nala's tummy. So, let's see. I brought the brat over here. We're going to give away socks. Who's wanting these no-show socks? Let's switcheroo.
Aww.
Aww.
The Kodak moment.
Okay, so that's the babies. Oh, I need to pull them for them, but they're sleeping. So that's Rue and her 3 boys, which they're all spoken for. And this one, the only one awake right now is Little Wine. And then one laying on top of the other one is Whiskey. And then the one underneath is gonna be Whoopsie. I can't see his face, but that's Whoopsie. All right, so you guys tell us who wants these socks. No show socks. No show socks. My little River. He's such a brat. Yeah, you are a brat. You're a brat. I need to see what else. I got off topic and I don't even know if I'm done here. So, let's see. Let me read for a second. My husband's writing down who wants these socks. There's a few other ways that you guys can try to calculate things, but so far everything that I tried didn't really pan out. So remember we talked about the birth weight and the weight they are at 4 weeks, weight they are at 8 weeks. So generally speaking, when a puppy leaves here under 3 pounds, it's going to be a small mini or a toy, depending on how small on the 3-pound side it is. And then my smallest that's ever gone home at 8 weeks is 1.8 pounds. 1.8 pounds. And then adult size at 2 or 3 years old was 8 pounds, 8.5 pounds. So pretty small. I don't get a lot that small, I'll be honest. And then most of my minis hover around 3, 3.5, maybe 4 if they're thin boned, or thick boned. I'm sorry, if they're thicker boned but short, but usually 3, 3.5 pounds. And then my standards are usually over 4, 5, 5.5. Anything well over 5.5, I would say is probably going to be oversized. But again, I could be wrong. Not always accurate. Look at little baby boy, he's sleeping. Rue, what are you doing, Rue? Are you cleaning yourself or do you have a bone in that bed? Can't tell. So that's kind of what I look at. If I can pull these little boys, then I can kind of give you an idea too. Let's see. Tanya's asking, what is the largest puppy that has gone home? Ooh, good question. Man, Stone was big. I should grab his folder. Stone, and there was a black and white girl too that was pretty big last year.
Yeah,
I think Stone's probably the biggest that I've seen in a long time, if ever. I will admit that I didn't always do a good job of tracking their weights. I'm doing much better now than I was before. So, you want to go to Daddy? Huh? Go. Let me grab his folder. I want to see what he weighs. I want to say he was like 6 point something. But look how pretty Rue is. So Tanya, let me look. And Eric's still writing. Oh my gosh, Lindsay. Lindsay. You are too much. She always like, what do we got going on? I don't have anything to talk about yet. So stay tuned. Maybe in a couple of weeks. Savannah's asking, when do we plan to breed River? So River's only 16 weeks old. So he's just a baby. We have close to a year, 10 months at least before we would be able to breed him. We got a ways. But, Savannah, you're pretty new on the list, so by the time you get up there, he'll probably be breeding. All right, I'm gonna grab Stone's folder because it's right here. I want to see what he weighed. Let's see who's over here. Do you see how lazy Nala is? Let me grab that real fast. River, you gotta look over here. He's a little booger. So when Stone was 7.5 weeks, he was 6.2. So my guess is, yeah, I think I was right. 6.6 is probably what he weighed. Yes, Diamond's in the room. So I think that's probably one of the biggest, 6.6. I do remember Julie, gosh, this was years ago, but Julie had an 8-pound puppy at 8 weeks one time, which obviously we knew was going to be way oversized. All right, let's see. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite dog? I can't tell you that. They're listening. I'm guessing that's what you're asking me. So yeah, Diamond's the one being a scrounge. Diamond. Oh, now she's over here. Yeah, that's Diamond. And Nala's laying down all sprawled out because she doesn't feel good. And Kira's a puppy, so Kira's over there chomping away on the bone. There's Diamond. And Rue is right there with her babies. And River's over here. All right, let's see.
You never get people wasted.
No, I don't. I mean, we have a really good community. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tamara. Okay, so 6.3. Okay. And 16 weeks, 11.9. Oh, okay. Let's go throw that in. So he's 16 weeks. It's going to be off a little, but oh, I got to switch this. All right, let's go. Let's see. 11.9. Because he's 16 weeks, let's leave it a Klee Kai and see what it pops up with. I'm curious. Oh, okay. So with the Klee Kai at that, it's saying 24 pounds. All right, maybe. I think probably a little bit more. So let's see what it says for Pomsky. Remember that we're at 16 weeks, so we are off on our age, right? Because it's based off of a specific age, and you really want to stick with that. But this is probably more realistic, in my opinion. 27 pounds. Yeah. This will be interesting to see. Let's see how it turns out. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. So for those of you guys that don't have a puppy from us yet, you might not know this, but we are planning a puppy reunion. So when you get your puppy, maybe next year, you'll get to come out. But we're doing a puppy reunion. So Stone's going to be here along with a bunch of our other dogs the first weekend in March. And so we will definitely be filming that and get some updates, and it'll be a lot of fun. But we'll see how big he is then. All right, getting our new Klee Kai puppy next week. She's 8 weeks old and looks like she has ice blue eyes. but light brown just around the purple. Oh, around the pupils. I would have to see that to really know if that's a party eye that you're seeing, or if they're more purple looking. If they're more purple looking, or violet maybe, I guess I should say, they're probably not going to be blue. But your breeder should have been able to tell you. So if your breeder says they're blue and it's a breeder that's known, then she's probably accurate, or he's accurate. How many puppies have green eyes, and can gray and whites get green eyes? Yeah, good question, Tanya. So we do get green eyes more with reds or all whites than any other color, but green's still pretty rare. It's more of a hazel, I guess I would say, than a green if it's on a gray or a black dog. But we do get them, and it's very, very purpley, marbly looking at 4 weeks old, like that violet color. They're not blue. They're like violet. Yes, Astro's going to be here in March. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's awesome. That's awesome, awesome. Okay, do we have a winner for the socks, honey?
I think so.
Is that what it said?
Yeah, I think that's what.
Okay, let's see. Family Ramos. Is there a Family Ramos on here? That's who my husband's picking. I don't see him though. You gotta let us know if you're here. So Family, I guess because that's probably your name on your YouTube. And I'm gonna put my email up again for you, so that way you can send us an email. So send me an email if you're on here, but I need to know you're here, because if you're not, I'm going to give them to somebody else. So send me an email. We'll give you a few minutes to tell us you're here, okay? All right, let's go to the next question. I know, I'm so excited. This is our first ever puppy reunion. I don't know how it's going to go, by the way, with my dogs. My dogs don't like other Klee Kai. They don't like anybody else. Let's see. How tough is it if our female puppy gets into heat before we spay her? I like to wait until 8 months. And what are the challenges with living through one season? So as long as you don't have any other dogs, it sucks. Just get a diaper for her. You can't really take her in public very much because you're going to drive all of the boys crazy. But just put a diaper on her and you'll just have to deal with it for a few weeks. It could be anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, but it's better than having to...
90 people on.
Yeah, that is awesome. Can you guys do me a favor? I didn't mean to be rude and interrupt. But if you guys can, put thumbs up for us. I was trying to find the thing. Here it is. So back to your question. Sorry. If you can wait until they have their growth plates closed, it's best. So it's best to deal with it. We have a thumbs down. Come on, people. I bet you that was an accident. So yeah, wait as long as you can, but they'll come into season anywhere between 6 and 9 months. Let's see. Thank you guys. See, I love it whenever you guys listen. Did our friend ever answer? Is he on here? Or she? Ramos family? Ramos family. Uh-oh. You might have to pick a runner-up, honey.
Okay.
I don't see him. Ramos family, we're going to give you 5 minutes. And then you snooze, you lose. Somebody else is getting those socks. All right. Oh, Simba's good. He's doing good. It's hard. It is really hard because now that he is breeding and a full-grown male, he doesn't like to be a good boy. He wants to mark on my toys. So that's why he's not in here. because I'm not in there to watch him, and I'm over here now. But maybe next weekend. Oh, he is up here. Okay. Maybe next week we'll get him out here. But that means I have to sit in there. You're welcome. Okay, so you need to send us an email, okay? So send us an email, and then let me shut this off. We'll get that over to you. I need to change. I wish I could pick up the camera. He's sleeping. Poor baby. All right. I'm getting so distracted today. What time is it? Man, today went by. I didn't do a lot of talking today, guys. That's kind of good. I was gonna switch it. Everybody's sleeping. That's good. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it. So only when training and walking you use a choke chain. Every other time is a regular collar. So yeah, the training and teaching them to stay by your side is good with that, but also depending on your dog, and if you have a dog who likes to pull, then definitely you need to use your choke. But also if your dog gets startled. So if you have a dog that can get startled easily, you don't want them to get scared and slip out of their collar or slip out of their harness. So if you guys are familiar with the Jonas Brothers, you know, their Klee Kai got hit by a car because he escaped out. And I don't know, maybe he got off of the leash. But we've heard stories before where the dogs will slip out. They cannot slip out of a choke. It won't happen. So it's just safer. But you're welcome for the video. I'm glad you guys liked it. We actually are working on a couple more. I have a video for teaching on to roll over. And then we just made a video, but I have to edit it for what it's like when your puppy's blowing their first puppy coat. So River just blew his coat. So it was a perfect opportunity for us to make a video for you guys. So that'll come out this weekend as soon as I finish editing it. All right, man, we're good. We're good. It's usually not this quiet. Isn't this awesome? Probably not for you guys. Yeah, everyone's sleeping. Oh, you're not sleeping anymore. Huh, you're not sleeping. River's awake. Do you guys have any more questions? Wait, what's the email? Oh, okay. I'll put it on there. Oh, thank you, Catherine. You're the best. I don't even have to do anything. All right, so Laura, our 11-week-old AKK puppy still has pinkish fur on her face, on her cheeks, and a reddish stain near her eyes. Will those colors go away, and how long does it usually take? So if she has a reddish tint on like her cheeks area, did you say she was 8 weeks? Oh, 11. Wow, 11 weeks. What color is she, Laura? Or he? It's a girl. What color is she? That usually goes away by now on their face. If their mom is red and they are a light color, like a gray or a light red.
It's a gray and white.
Oh. So I wonder what color her mom is. If you know, let me know because I'm curious. A lot of times the red dogs, for some reason, the milk stains their chest area when the puppies are nursing, and especially if there's a bigger litter, and it may take a little bit longer for that to go away. But if she has the reddish on her eyes, that's probably tear stains. So does her eyes water? Are you constantly cleaning them? Is she like weepy? If that's the case, then that's not going to go away until you can try to find out what the problem is and why she's got watery eyes, which could be multiple things. But let me know if that's what it is or if it's something else. I have not. I have not, Tanya. Nope. I don't know. I've been too busy. All right. Any suggestions for washing puppies' faces? We just gave Sierra a bath and we're wondering how to best clean her face. So we just gave River a bath. We don't put any soap there, but we definitely still wash it. We wet it, kind of wipe it down. And also whenever you brush, you're going to be fine. But if you are not bathing and you just want to clean it, just use a warm rag. Use a warm rag and wipe her face. But you don't have to. Warm water, wash rag. We use a warm wash rag whenever we're cleaning their eyes if they have tear stains too. So you could do it at the same time. When socializing your puppy to a family friend's dog or dogs that their home, do you recommend bringing your puppy in their crate, in your arms, or on a leash? On a leash. So you want them to be a dog, be equal to the other dogs. And if you're holding them, then what's going to happen is there's instantly a threat. For one, they're going to be wanting to protect you if they're old enough to realize that. For two, the other dogs might get jealous of that, but you want them on the same level. So you want them both down on a leash, preferably. Stacy, the reunion's the 6th, March 6th. How much weight do they lose when they blow their coat? They don't lose that much weight. The undercoat doesn't weigh anything. It's like fluff. They don't hardly lose anything. Yeah, I wish, but they don't. What size Klee Kai are those puppies? Toy? No. Jeff, these guys are going to be large mini to standard. They are 6 weeks old today. And they're over 3 pounds. Yeah, they're over 3 pounds. Oh, both parents are gray and white. Huh. Yeah, usually it's gone by now. Have you bathed her? Eyes are dry. Breeder said staining would go away. Then if her eyes are dry, then I would just try to clean it, give her a bath, wipe it with warm water. The other thing you can do, if it is truly just a staining, is get a flea comb, but be careful with her eyes, and let her rest and use that flea comb to actually clean the fur. So if you comb through it with the flea comb, which is a really, really thin, fine-toothed comb, then that might get any gunk out that's literally just kind of stuck in there and staining it. And use a warm rag. What are the dimensions of the pen that mom and her pups are in? So Sandy, that is on my website. I get it from Petco. Catherine, can you do me a favor? Can you plug the Petco pen? It is a one that mounts on the wall. So it can literally be a bunch of different sizes, but it's my favorite. We have bunches of them because they just can go across the whole room. So like that one is actually all the way around, and it's mounted on both ends of the wall. In fact, well, I'll show you. That was probably not a good idea. You guys are going for a ride. So do you see the wall? Pretty cool. Here, you want to see baby? Rue is like not amused. Well, they're waking up. I guess I could show you guys the babies. I'll bring them over. All right, honey, can you clip that? Or you probably don't know how. That's all right. I'll just come in.
To where?
To the front camera here, but it's all right. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to see them all. That's good.
Hit it.
I know, I gotta move that, but that's all right. I'm gonna bring them over here for you guys anyways. They're lazy butts tonight. See what happens whenever they go run and play? Plus they had their little treats. How often do we get gray and white, blue eyes in all 3 sizes? How often do we get gray and white? I don't know off the top of my head. Unfortunately, I mean, we get more mini and standards than we get toy sizes. And really, sometimes it's like all of a sudden we get a bunch of black and whites, and then sometimes it's a bunch of gray and whites. So it fluctuates. At the end of the year, it pretty much evens out most of the time. Sleeping. But mini and standards, definitely more. I don't know if you mentioned this before, but at what age can you tell what size the dogs are? So they are usually done growing in their height between anywhere from 9 to 12 months normally, usually closer to 10, but some toy sizes are going to be done around 9. But for sure by 12 months, you should know their height, but not their weight, because they're still going to mature. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'm gonna answer this question, then we're gonna grab Rue's puppies. Those black ear tips are so cute. I don't remember seeing that. Okay, that's funny that you said that, Emily, because we talk about their ears a lot, because they literally, you could see the inside is very light. Well, the inside of the outer part of their ear is really light, and then there's the rim around them. But I'm going to switch this and I'll bring them over here for you so you guys can see. Let me go. Huh?
Like his?
Yeah, kind of like his. Yeah, but I'm going to bring Rue's puppies so they can see. Let me grab them. All those babies are sleeping. Come here. Come here, Papa. Come here. Come here. That's the babies. Hi. Hi. Okay. I'm sorry, I only have 2 hands. Okay. I'll show you ears. Hi, let's move this camera. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The girls see. Wrong one. Okay. Whoopsie. Oh, my stupid sweater. Sorry, do you see yourself? Who is that? Okay, so let me flip their ears. This is Whiskey. Oh, shoot, I can't do both. One at a time. Okay, well, that ain't gonna work. Man, it's just this camera is crappy. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna go in there.
Yeah.
I'm switching cameras. I'm gonna go in there, guys, so that you guys could see better, because and here there's okay, thank you. There's for some reason that camera is not wanting to focus, and I'll be in there forever. Let's see. I know, everybody wants to see the babies. Everybody wants to see them. All right, this is Whiskey. There. So let's see his ears now. Hold on, you guys don't need to be sniffing him. You just saw him. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Can you tell they love puppies? Oh, Nolly. Nolly wants to be a mommy so bad, huh? You want want to get down? Okay. And then we got Whoopsie. For those of you who don't know, Whoopsie was born in my bed. Thank you for the kisses, Diamond. Thank you very much. Hey, stop. I can't even see. He's like, that light is bright. Is that better, buddy? Is that better? Yeah. He says, I want down. Let's see your ears real fast. There. That's better. See the ears where there's the trim around it and then the gray on the inside of it? So you were asking what they're going to look like. They're lighter than Rue. All three of them are lighter than Rue. You want to give me the last one, honey? Yeah. So I don't think any of them will be as dark as Rue, but Whiskey is the closest to Rue, but he's still light. He's too light. And then the lightest of, careful, watch out. Little baby Wine is the lightest. Remember, these are Simba puppies. So you could see how light he is compared to the others. I need to turn this one notch up. He's looking at Diamond. He's the brown-eyed one. Oh my goodness, he says, I'm not looking over there. So they're pretty good size, right? These puppies. Do you see how big their paws are? I don't have any smaller puppies to compare, but these are not tiny puppies. Wow, you're such a love. Yeah, you guys are lovers. All right. You guys gonna stay in here? No? You're not gonna stay in here? All right, well, I gotta go answer questions. Kira, you better be nice. I gotta keep an eye on Kira because she's the lowest on the totem pole in our house, and so when she sees an opportunity to take advantage of a puppy, she tries to be the boss. So I gotta keep an eye on her. All right, of course they're Simbas, yeah. Yep, they're Simbas. All right. Why are some Klee Kai ears are really big and some really small? Patchy's ears are smaller than his sister's. Well, it's all in genetics and what they get from each of their parents or grandparents. So everyone is different. Unfortunately, it's hard to say for sure. Of course, we have our preferences of what we try to get. But when you look at Autumn and Trout, neither one of them have big ears. They actually have really pretty ears. The problem is that his sister's coat is shorter. So her coat is shorter. She's probably going to be bigger. Do you guys see Nala? Everyone else is in the way. The puppies are all over her. She's cleaning her belly, but since her fur is a lot shorter, it probably looks like she has bigger ears too, but she's also going to grow into her ears. So remember, she's bigger, then she's going to have bigger ears, and she'll grow into those ears. And then your puppy is a lot smaller. So his ears are smaller because he's not going to grow as much. But sometimes they stay big. Yeah, is anybody here getting one of Rue's babies? Their facial markings of Rue's 3 baby boys are all different. Will they be more or less retain their facial markings as adults? So they actually will get more. It'll get more defined as they get older. Most gray puppies and light reds are very similar, where their coats are, their coloring comes in much later. So if they're a jet black, let me turn this off. If they're a dark black, then they don't change as much. But the grays, Kara, be nice. The grays will change a lot. So all of that will come in when they get older. So if you watch the video of Simba with, his first year. There's a video out with his first year. You'll see he's super, super light. He's even lighter than little Wine right here, but now he's you know, a really silvery gray. So he's not as dark as Nala or Kira, but he changed a lot. Yeah, in fact, I could probably throw a picture up. If you guys have questions, you gotta let me know, because I mean, today was easy. I didn't have a whole lot. A lot of it's just guesswork. So we have both of our owners for that. Okay. How old is Simba? Hey, leave that puppy alone. And who is the oldest dog you have in your breeding program? So Simba turned 2 in January. January 29th, he turned 2. The oldest dog I have in my breeding program is going to be a boy. So, it would have been Zeus and Keanu, but they're not going to breed anymore. And they're 10 and 11. So Zeus and Keanu were both bred and born here, and 10 and 11. So Keanu's 10, Zeus is 11. Girls can't breed that long, but boys can breed until they're at least 10. Oh, thank you, Catherine, putting that up. Yeah, I have tons of photos of Simba when he was little. But I have to move all of this to see it. I hate that. I want all of this on that side. I'm talking to myself. He's the handsomest. So Simba is from Aggie, for those of you who are trying to keep track. Simba is from Aggie and Hunter. And Hunter is retired now. And Hunter was, he's the same age as Zeus, 12. No, he's a little older than Zeus, 12. But his last litter was Simba. Yeah, his last litter was Simba. So I think, right? I think so. But he hasn't had puppies for a while. So Simba replaced Hunter in our breeding program. You see the puppy trying to nurse on Nala? There's no milk in there. Yeah, Nala's pregnant. I know that was Nala. Yeah, she's pregnant. You can rewind back when you're done here, and you'll see I held her front legs up so you can see her belly. But yeah, she is pregnant. Not very many though. Definitely 1, maybe 2. I think I saw 2, but then again, I could be wrong. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I forgot. I have bully sticks for them, but I think it's too late now. Do you have a question? Or just, aw, little baby. All right, I'll throw some pictures in there for you guys. I have some really cute ones that I just recently got. So let's see. You guys want to see? This is Ringo and Rue. And Ringo is the father to Cessna's ginormous puppies. Rue was not happy that he wouldn't stop smelling her because, you know, she has babies. But that one's kind of cute. You can't see his face. So that's Ringo and Rue. I'm going to show you Simba. Not yet, actually. That's Ringo. Okay. If you guys have questions, you just have to throw them out there, because otherwise I'm just going to share stuff with you guys. It's kind of nice me being right here because I can share. Alexis doesn't know where all of this stuff is, so she's not able to just go and throw all this in. Okay, Here is Simba at 4 weeks old. Oh gosh, it's got to load. Simba will be there in a minute. Do you see when it says cloud, honey?
Yeah.
And I have to click it to load it. It's in my cloud. Okay, that is Simba at 4 weeks old. Do you see there's no cream, there's no buff, there's no little tans. It's literally silver and white. So that is Simba at 4 weeks old. And then Simba, well, there he was a teenager. He didn't have all his fur, but that's him as a teenager. Let me see. How would he look? That's funny. Look at how goofy he looks. I'm trying to find a good one for you guys. Oh, I think they're on my other computer. So do you see how silver he is? I know I have way better ones than that. Oh boy, that one's got a load too. All right, so Simba. Let's see who else we could show you. I know a lot of you guys like the light grays. That's my favorite, of course. It's because of Kika. And then we have, let me go back and see who else we got. So here, this is good. This was, okay, remember this was back in 2003. Really crappy cameras, but that's Kika at 4 weeks old. That's Kika. Let's see. And of course, my my logo and everything is Kika. So it's the outline of Kika's head and her body, but she's a very light gray. She was a very light gray. So that's Kika. So her and Simba have very similar coloring, but they have different coats. So Kika's coat is super, super soft and very, very thick. Thick, thick, thick. And Simba's is not as thick. But yeah, light gray. So Kika was my first one, light gray, super light gray. So of course I'm partial to the light grays because of that. And then let's see, who else? All right, let's see. You guys are asking questions. I'll get sidetracked. I forget the name of the red puppy who is supposed to replace Keanu, I think. Oh yeah, he went to live with my sister. Did his testicles descend? No. So that's Taz. They renamed him Doc. It's hard for me. I still call him Taz, but they have not, unfortunately. So I don't think he is going to be in our breeding program because he doesn't have them. Doesn't have them. Okay, another light gray, Trout. So Trout is bi-eyed. There he is, a puppy. Spencer, if you're still on here, there's an Angels bandana for you. And there's Trout. Okay. Too bad it's so hard to get a light gray and white. I know. If I could find the way, I need the secret sauce. Trust me, I would be all over it because I love that. How common are the reds? And is light red and dark red more common? Is light red or dark red more common? P.S. Can you let her loose, honey? Thank you, Ryan. So the light reds or the dark reds? Oh boy. I would say they probably even out at the end of the year. More people probably like the darker reds, but we probably get more medium, like in between. You're going to drop that. I would say probably not as dark as Autumn and Aggie. We probably get more a little bit lighter than that, but not super light. She's going over there. I don't know without looking. She's trying to go in there because her puppies are in there. But I don't know if that's a good idea, honey. Sorry, getting distracted because Rue wanted over there with her babies. All right, so for the girls in Angel's Litter, would you say they are a dark gray or a light gray? So there's one that's lighter and one that's darker. The one that's lighter is actually a very interesting color because she's not super, you got her? Yeah. She's not super light like Simba and Trout. She has more cream, yellowy colors. You could put River down. I don't know how she's going to turn out yet because she's super young. But she's definitely got more yellowy tones in there. Tell Brayden to get her. And the other one's dark.
Hey. Why are you kicking her? That's not going to help. I think she kicked on me.
All right. I got Rue freaking out because her puppies are over there. Huh? No. Okay, that's it. Let's see. Can we confirm with you in a personal conversation where we are on the list? I mean, you could email me. I'm not going through all of the where you are just because it's better for me to just say, okay, this is the wait time and keep it at that because I just get overwhelmed. I don't remember when you got on the list, Gina, but I think it's May. Off topic, but what is the best way to teach recall? If you have time at the end, can you answer? So you want to start with, first of all, your dog already needs to know the basic commands and know how to look at you and respond to your training. And then you need a long leash on. So I have a really long 20-footer. And it's fairly lightweight, but you're going to start with that. And you're going to, obviously, you need to make sure that they know their name. And you have to have something that they really enjoy. So if it's their favorite toy, something special treat, because if you giving them the same stuff over and over, eventually they're going to get bored of that and they're not going to even care to listen. So it needs to be something that they only get when you're doing the recall. And I can make a video on this. In fact, I have it on my list, but you have to start off very slow and with somebody. So it's not a one-person job in the beginning because you want to teach them to go from that person to this person. You could start in the house. So you could have one person at one end of the hall, another person at the other end of the hall, and you're calling them. And as they come, then you're rewarding whenever they come. Look at Nala. Look at Nala and the baby.
Can I do my classic play with the puppies while you close?
Yes. I'll do a video on it because it's not that simple to just be like, oh yeah. All right, so what color do you think the dark gray will be? Look like any of the pups you own? Yeah, the dark gray is gonna probably resemble Kira. So if you guys remember, I'm hot now. Let me see. I'll pull a picture of Kira up. Kira was really dark, remember? So that puppy that you see is similar. Let me go find her folder.
You have the camera loaded in.
I've been having it low because I'm in here, and if it's low, then they can actually see the dogs better.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. I found her folder. So Kira, it's right here. Okay, so that's what Kira looks like at probably 6 weeks, 5 weeks. And then as she started to change, playing in the mud, being a puppy.
Dude, they smell salsa because a little bit spilled on me.
Look at that photo.
Yeah. Bro, stop.
All right, and then most recent, well, you could see her in there, but also here. Yeah. So I think that one puppy is gonna look similar to her. She's pretty dark.
Would you cut it out? I'm not getting salsa. Oh,
I know.
River just went. It's a bad boy. Dude, and somebody pooped over there.
Yeah, I
Everybody's
see
getting
that.
bad all of a sudden.
It's because I gave them their bones and I'm not in there.
Alright.
All right. Can you? Yeah, thank you, bud.
Yep.
All right. If someone was to breed with a white female, would they be like gray or silver? Well, the problem is that he'll never breed to a white one because the white one cannot be bred. So white Klee Kai cannot be registered, and they it's a fault in our breed. So thank you, Brayden.
Yep. You tossed that upside
My guess, I'll tell you what I think would happen. So Simba has the white gene, so he can produce white puppies. And if he was bred to a white dog, there's a 75% chance of each puppy being white. Yeah. Bad dogs. Bad dogs. All right. We're good. What do you guys think? Can we call it a night? Maybe I can eat dinner 10 minutes early? I need my hair up is what I need. Do you guys have any questions? I'll give you a few minutes and then we'll call it a night. Brayden, you want to get one of the dogs?
A dog or a puppy?
Oh, whatever. Somebody. Oh, here. Stacey got another question.
Grab my favorite.
Are Klee Kai with congenital issues allowed to be registered? Oh, absolutely. So just because they have a health concern, they're still registerable. I mean, a fault is for the breed standards. So the breed standards meaning their markings, their size, those types of things. So if they don't fit that, there's still a fault, right? So an oversized Klee Kai still has papers. A mismatched Klee Kai still has papers. It's the all white ones, unfortunately, that are not registerable because Linda Sperlin does not want the white ones to be recognized. Oh, who asked a question? I didn't see it. Oh, I just adopted a 5-year-old. Is that not good at recall? That is not good at recall. Is there hope to train one? There's definitely hope to train one. So you just need to make sure, first of all, that they obey you with everything else. They respect you. And then work on with the long leash. And make sure that you find what it is that is going to entice them. What is it that's going to get them to listen? Is it liver treats? Is it their favorite squeaky toy? What is it? So you have to find out what that is, but you can still do it. Just depends on how much they respect you. Oh, I wish I had one of those for Rue every single day, every day. So we used to have an electric fence with our wolves.
Yeah, you jealous?
So when we had our big dogs, we had that, and it worked pretty good, but we don't anymore. Aww. So I'm not sure. They're tired. Everybody's tired. All right, let's see. I have 2 more questions, Brad, and then we'll say bye. Let's see. Should we take off their collar if they are in the house? So we leave their regular collars on. all the time. We just leave them on because it's just easier. But plus, especially when you're trying to crate train and leash train and doing with all of that stuff, it's just easier to have that on so you could hook them anytime you need to. What is your opinion on the loop leash? The loop leash? Are you talking about just the slip over? What is a loop leash? I'm guessing that's what it is, but I'm not sure. Let's see, Marion. Hold on. Let's see what you're talking about. Oh yeah, it's just the slip leash. So definitely we like those because it's easier. Wait, they have a loop handle on one end and a metal clip on the other, and it attaches to your dog's collar. Typically available on blah 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 blah. So if it's a slip leash, then definitely they're super easy to use, and it's just like a choke chain. So it's easy to use that type of leash, especially if you're having a hard time. Some people I know were on here a few weeks ago, and they're having a hard time hooking their leash onto their collar. So in that situation, it's just easier to use the slip leash. So I don't have a problem with that at all. They can't slip out of it. The only thing that could happen is if they break free and they're taking the leash with them, but that could still happen on a regular leash too. Brayden, are you gonna say goodbye with the dog? Yeah. Can you? So yeah, Marion, use it.
Oh yeah? I think he wants to say bye. He's like, they already got held up.
Uh-huh.
Come on, boy.
All right. Our dinner is here. Brayden got us dinner, so we're gonna say goodbye. River boy, you say goodbye. Hi, Papa. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching our show. If you're new, if you're new, make sure you guys subscribe. What?
I'm stopping him out.
Ay, ay, ay. Puppies cleaning puppies. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. All right. Now I have to start all over again. So do me a favor. If you guys haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so. We're here every Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. And we'll see you next week. Have a great day. Bye. Oh, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye, guys.